Hey everyone, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking a retrospective look at Civilization V. With Civilization VII on the way, is Civilization V officially outdated? Well, as many of you know, I'm a huge fan of the second game. I played the third one so much, and the fourth is of course a classic. But I feel like Civilization V is the only modern title that can stand up to a new iteration of Civ. Now I hear some of you screaming about Civilization VI, which overall brought some great new ideas, but I just could never get behind the presentation. It was far too cartoony for me. I like a bit more historical authenticity. So now I've framed why I picked Civilization V for this video, should we just all move on? Actually no. Civ V is still an incredible game in 2025, and today I'm going to break down exactly why, despite Civ VII's hype, which we've all seen, you should still be playing Civilization V. From its balanced gameplay to an incredible modding scene, Civ V still holds its ground against newer titles. So before you uninstall, let's talk about why this game isn't going anywhere. One of the biggest reasons Civ V is still worth playing, well, it just feels right. The game strikes a perfect balance between depth and simplicity. Unlike Civ VI, there's no overwhelming district sprawl, where cities feel natural and strategic. This is definitely a throwback to how Civilization II felt to me. Combat is another big win. Civilization V introduced a 1 unit per tile system, making battles more tactical and rewarding, although this was rather controversial when it was first introduced. However, the upside to this is, unlike Civ VI where the AI struggles with movement, Civ V's warfare is structured and satisfying. If Civ VII can't nail this balance, we could see players sticking with Civ V for years to come. Just a quick interlude here to say most of you aren't subscribed, so do hit that subscribe button, it really helps the channel. Also, if you want to pick up any of the Civilization games or even Civ VII, check out the Fanatical referral link. Every time you purchase using that link, it gives back to the channel and we really appreciate it. Civilization V isn't just surviving, it's evolving thanks to a massive modding community. Even after a decade, players are still creating new content that keeps the game fresh. Want to play as a civilization that never made it into the base game? Well, there are hundreds of custom civs from historical empires to completely fictional ones. Some even come with new mechanics, making them feel like they were built by Firaxis themselves. Then there are gameplay mods that improve everything from AI to diplomacy. Mods like the community patch make AI smarter and more competitive, while UI mods like enhanced UI give you way more information at a glance. If you've played Civ V for years and want something fresh, there are even mods that extend the tech tree. You can explore new eras from the Enlightenment period to a futuristic sci-fi age. And if you just want Civ V to look better, mods like Red Mod Pack improve unit scaling, while graphics mods sharpen textures and make the game feel more modern. With Civilization VII coming, it's easy to assume Civ V is outdated, but with all these mods, it's basically a constantly evolving strategy game. Whether you want better AI, new civs, or even a completely different setting, mods keep Civ V alive in 2025. Let's talk performance. Civ VI is notorious for long turn times and sluggish late game performance. Let's not even talk about the Switch version, it was basically unplayable for me, but I think they have patched that since. Meanwhile, Civ V is a much smoother experience even on older PCs, although initially when the game first came out all those years ago, I did have some issues with it. It didn't draw the fog of war correctly for me, but that was eventually fixed. If Civ VII ends up being another resource-heavy game, expect many players to stick with Civ V simply because it's faster and more reliable. For returning players, Civ V is also much easier to jump into. You don't need to relearn any of the more complicated mechanics. Just build your empire and start conquering. Multiplayer in Civilization V has always been a bit of a mixed bag. While some players once found it more stable than Civ VI's at launch, Firaxis has since shifted focus to newer games, and Civ V no longer receives updates or fixes. Meanwhile, Civilization VI has had years of updates to improve its online stability. That said, Civ V still has a dedicated multiplayer community. If you don't mind using third-party tools like VPNs or community servers, you can still get smooth online matches. If online play isn't your thing, Civ V still offers LAN and hot seat modes, which means you can enjoy classic multiplayer with friends without relying on online servers. So while Civ V's multiplayer isn't as smooth as it once was, it's still very much playable. You just might need a little patience or some workarounds. At the end of the day, Civilization V isn't just surviving because of mods or nostalgia, it's because it still delivers one of the best strategy experiences ever made. The balance of empire building, diplomacy and combat remains incredibly satisfying, and for many it just feels right compared to newer entries in the series. Its semi-realistic art style still holds up today and is one of my favourites, and many players actually prefer its look over Civilization VI's more cartoony design. And let's be honest, who doesn't love some of Civ V's legendary moments, from Gandhi's nuclear threats and memes to AI backstabbing at the worst possible time? It's a game packed with unforgettable memories. So to summarise, is Civilization V still worth playing this year despite Civ VII? Absolutely. Its balanced gameplay, incredible modding scene, smooth performance and active multiplayer make it a strategy classic that still holds up today. But what do you think, guys? Are you sticking with Civ V or are you jumping straight into Civ VII? Maybe you're not interested in any of it and you've moved away from the series, or perhaps you're a bit of a Civ II fanatic like myself. Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you like Civilization content, make sure to check out my video where I rank every game in the series. I also did one on 8 alternatives to Civilization. You might want to check that one out if you're looking for another option. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I've been Luke from LT Gaming, and I'll catch you on the next one.